Hello. All right, I think we are live in the Facebook group, Women Creating Healthy Lives. So welcome. I have my phone here, so I'm going to check in the group to make sure everything is showing up good. There it is. All right. Perfect. Okay, I'm just going to go into the group now and let them know I'm live. So if you're watching this on YouTube, hello and welcome. Welcome. For those watching the replay, hello. So happy you are watching, and make sure to watch the whole thing. I know sometimes it can seem long and it'll be like, oh my God, but you can fast forward, you can go to places, you can rewatch this, right? It is really important information. That's all I've got to say. And you know what, when you're at this phase of your life and you're going through some things, this information you're going to learn in these 3 videos, the one I did on Wednesday, the one I'm doing today, and the one I'm doing on Sunday, is absolute truth. And it will help you so much. You don't need to implement everything right away. You don't need to know it all. You don't need to remember it all. You don't need to memorize it all. It is here for your awareness and kind of like a call to action, right? It's really about, oh, I now have more knowledge about what's going on in my body. And I'm realizing, you know what? I do need to make some changes. I do need to begin to take better care of myself, because at this midlife phase, you know, we can really choose which way to go, right? We have the path we've continued on, the confusion, the frustration, not changing many things, thinking, you know what, I know I'm doing everything right, but if you're not having the results, if you're continually gaining weight, if you're still feeling very low energy, if you're still having any type of symptoms or issues, now, no, of course, you still have symptoms in this phase if you're in perimenopause, but but if you're noticing that you're just not feeling well, no matter what your doctor has told you, then there are things that need to be shifted and changed, and you can do it, right? It's really all about health and knowing that this is a phase of your life, transformational phase, transformation. It is you entering into another stage of your life. It is nothing to be feared. Is not something to be avoided, right? This is part of who you are, and you can help yourself to do it so much better, to move through it in such a better and healthier way, right? Okay, I'm just looking at what's going on in my computer, sorry. So we're just gonna see if anybody else is going to come on live before, I hate to throw it in the trash, but I'm going to. My computer's so full, you guys. I saved so many videos on it and so many images and all this stuff, so it's really full. Am I sticking? Does someone want to let me know if, I think I'm okay, but if you are watching live, say hello, do a like, give me a love, something so I know you're watching, and also so that Facebook knows you want to see my videos again, and it really helps them to be shown. And if you are watching the replay, also let me know you've watched the replay, say hello, put a comment, put a question, let me know what you think of this training, and be honest, right? If this triggers something within you, and you could go, oh my God, I am so pissed off right now. Let me know. I am not offended, because I can tell you right now, right? Some of the things I'm going to say in this video may make you feel like, oh my God, I just don't want to do that, or I don't have time to do that, or is this really what's necessary, or I just want to avoid this. I just want to do what I've always done. I don't want to, right? But it's also about taking little consistent changes and not trying to do everything at once, and being okay with who you are now, but also working on being okay with who you are becoming, because we are changing. And that's one of the biggest lessons I've had to learn, is not fighting and trying to hold on to who I was, right? Hold on. No, I don't want to change. I don't want to change. But really, like, okay, this change is inevitable. It is. Why don't I make it good? Why don't I make the best of it? Why don't I become who I really want to become? And why don't I start to live the life I really want to live, right? Okay, It looks like, okay, I'm just going to dust this off just a little bit. Okay. I am going to start sharing my screen so that we can show you some slides and get going on this. Hi, Carolyn. So nice to have you here live. Thank you for being live and taking this time out of your day. Okay, so I have to minimize this and go to my slides so that you can see what I'm talking about. Share. I got this thing up, but I don't need it up. There we go. Okay, today we are talking about the food, 3 reasons for midlife belly fat. On Wednesday, if you haven't watched Wednesdays was so important. It was on the hormones. And if you're thinking, that's not, yeah, oh my God. All these 3 videos are crucial to watch to really have a good understanding. That is how you get more of a vision and more motivation to make changes when you really understand and see what's going on. So the food is today, right? Every time you eat or drink, you are either feeding disease or fighting it. Now, what I really, really, really want you to understand, I am so crooked, is that what prevents you from actually like getting something, a cold, flu, whatever, is your immune system. Your immune system. No matter what you put in your body, no matter what you shoot yourself up with, your immune system is what's either going to let it in or keep it out. Fight it off, right? So the most important thing you can do is boost your immune system, is to really know, what do I need to do to properly, so some people have autoimmune diseases too, right? So you got to know what do I need to do to strengthen my immune system in a way that's going to fight off viruses, bacteria, disease, illness, any of those types of things, right? And it really is body, mind, soul. It is the energy part of things, as well as what you put in your body, what you put on your body, what you breathe in, right? Which we talked a lot about on the Wednesday video. And if you want to learn more about cortisol and insulin relating to food and stuff, especially insulin, I did cover that in the video on Wednesday. I talked about the hormones, including cortisol and insulin has a lot to do with the food you're eating. So if you want to learn, oh my God, why is it so different in this phase of life? Why do the foods I put into my body tend to go right to fat? That has to do with the insulin and cortisol and stuff. That is in video from Wednesday, okay, on the hormones. So who am I? If you are new to me, welcome. So happy to have you in the group. I've had a bunch of new people come into this group. I have been through the midlife phase. I started at 43. I am now 58. I will be 59 in November of this year. I have gone through the midlife phase. I've been in postmenopause for 10 years. Started very, very young. At the time when I started, 43, 15 years ago, 14 years ago, whatever that was, there was rarely any information out there. Tiny, tiny, tiny little bit. I was lost. I was lonely. I had no idea what was going on. I was confused. I was frustrated. My doctors were telling me, no, you should be perfectly fine. You're not even close to this stage of life yet. Which, right, we know that. Many of you know that. So I was already a personal trainer and a yoga instructor, and I was into health and wellness for years already. But going through this midlife phase really, really inspired and motivated me to learn all I could do, study, learn more about the hormones through this phase of life, the nutrition in the phase of life, and find out what was going to work for me. And then I would help other women. And I can tell you right now, I found what worked. I went down to a weight I was in my 20s when I was 48. 46, 47, 48, somewhere around there. I can't remember when it was, but I was gaining weight, couldn't find a way to get rid of it. I thought I was eating healthy. I was exercising like crazy, but I was doing, my body was exhausted. My adrenal glands were completely fatigued and exhausted. And I was pushing. I was eating really healthy, what I thought was really healthy. It is healthy food, but it wasn't right for this phase of life. And once I it took a few years to really go, because like I said, I was doing it all on my own, you guys, all on my own. Trial and error, read, trial and error, read, study. I found what worked a lot. I got down to a weight I was in my 20s, and I'm still kind of there, guys. I'm still kind of there. I have to say I am probably a size 0 or I'm a size 1, 2 or something like that. Now I've always been slim, but there definitely was a time where I was creeping up there, and I used to really be into weight training, and then my body crashed and I had a lot of injuries. So I've lost muscle too. So that's why I'm so small right now. But here's where you can find me. I'm also on Instagram. Man, I forgot to put my Instagram here again. My Instagram is Diana Marchand 50. I started it when I was 50. Diana Marchand 50. So Diana Marchand 50, my Instagram. Now, here are some of the symptoms that women may experience during the major fluctuations in this phase of life, which would be perimenopause. So if you're somebody who still has your period, often it's someone who's in their 40s, hey, sometimes women in their 50s, honestly, then you might still be going through some of these symptoms. And note that these really heavy periods, really crazy periods may not be on there. I'm not sure. That is a symptom too, okay? Depression, anxiety, all that. So anyways, you might be experiencing some of these, or you get them at different times, right? You experience these ones, then a while later you some more, and you get rid of those ones and some more come on. So that's how it can kind of go. Every body is different. Every woman is different. Every person is different. How long will this last? There is no answer. Because if you choose to do the right things to bring your body back into better balance, you will move through this phase so much easier, so much better, and feeling amazing. If you don't make any changes, you will struggle through this, I can tell you, and you will continue weight gain into your postmenopausal years. And we know, take a look at women in their 50s and 60s, weight. So if you don't do what you can do to change that, it will not stop. And how I focus is health is body, mind, soul. Body, what you put in your body, what you put on your body, and exercise. Mind, your mindset, the thoughts you think, the way you think, your beliefs, your limiting beliefs, the conditioning, right? Conditioning, how you've been raised, what you've been told. And soul is really about, I'm choosing to love and accept myself fully and completely for who I am now. I'm choosing to live a life I love. I'm listening to my heart. I'm listening to my soul. And I'm working on faith, trust, and belief in myself. It's a huge personal growth phase too. And that's really what helps you embrace this whole thing and make changes for the positive. Okay. So the physical and emotional body are linked. The changes in your hormones affect both the physical and emotional body in very big ways. That's why you feel the anxiety, the little bit of depression, overwhelm, over emotional, crazy things like that. That is part of, it's like being a 13-year-old teenager again, right? Conditioning. So let's talk about the way we were raised, especially women our age. I'm 58, so I could be different than someone who's 43 right now, right? That could be a little different, but the way we were raised is really believing that women are meant to kind of like do everything. You know, years ago, women didn't work. And so they did take care of the house. They did take care of the celebrations, family celebrations, the holiday celebrations, the appointments, doing everything for everybody, making sure that the family is cohesive and harmonious and all of those things, and that the groceries are bought and that the food is made and that the house is clean and that the yard looks good, right? But as we know, now women tend to work full-time or part-time, and they are still, you guys are still doing everything, right? This is crazy. This is crazy. So I'm trying to find the video I'm doing right now. So make sure you let me know if you're watching. So this is really crazy. It's a crazy time. So let me know you're on live, say hello, give me a like, give me a love. So I know you're watching. Also, you're telling YouTube and Facebook that you want to see my videos. Okay. So I'd really appreciate that. You're no longer living in your mother's world. We just don't have this time now. We're used to giving everything to a job or saying, I need to make money because we have all these big payments to make. So I can't work less. I can't take time for me. I can't do this. I can't do that. Right. And that's how we've relied on the fast foods, the packaged food, the processed foods, wanting and demanding more things that are fat. I get asked this all the time. Diana, what is a fast, simple snack? What is a snack I can have on the go? What is this? And I'm like, well, you can't continue like that too much. There are snacks are food, real food, real food, real food. Just have more real food, right? It doesn't have to be a specific thing. Oopsie, sorry, my slides are moving. Conditioning, right? We were raised thinking food is for family. It is, it really is. And in my programs, what I teach you is you are allowed to eat whatever you want on those family holidays. You're allowed to eat whatever you want when you go out for dinner. You are allowed to, all of these things. It's not about deprivation. It's about, most of the time I eat really clean and healthy, but I also get to enjoy the foods I love on special times when I want. If I'm at a birthday party, I'm going to have a piece of birthday cake, right? It's not about that type of deprivation. You want to have your life most of the time healthy and clean and all that, then you get to enjoy those special times. How we are bringing up food, sometimes food was reward. If you had a stressful day, right? We know as women, I'm going to have a glass of wine. Oh my God, I so deserve this. I so deserve some ice cream. I so deserve this. I so deserve that. It becomes a habit. It becomes a pattern. It becomes something we do. Our body expects it. And then we tell ourselves we can't get out of that habit, right? I just can't stop. That's just what I am. When I'm stressed, I eat. When I'm emotional, I eat. I'm craving these things. I'm craving these things, right? Food is comfort. And comfort food, what comfort food helps, like heavier comfort food helps to ground you. It makes you feel, it helps you connect into your body. And therefore you feel more at peace and you feel more calm. You can do that by breathing techniques and grounding techniques. So that's also what I teach in my programs. It's, you don't need to eat these heavy starchy comfort foods to feel those feelings. It's just, that's all we've known in the past. Food or filler. And I was raised completely where food, you need to eat so it fills you up. Never taught about nutrition, never knew about nutrition of foods. My mom didn't either, right? You know, white bread on the table because it filled you up. If you're still hungry, have a piece of bread. If you're still hungry, have this. Have some more pasta, right? Foods that have no real nutrients in them, but they just fill you up. And that is, see, we didn't know, right? That was not good for your body. Those are the foods that cause inflammation. You will learn about that in this video. It does matter what you eat. We are talking about vitamins, minerals, essential fatty acids, amino acids that are in the foods you eat. You don't have to count calories. You don't have to count points. You don't have to weigh your food. You don't have to do all of that stuff. You just need to know what foods are good for me, like healthy and nutritious for this phase of life. What foods do I need to eat less of? Even some of the healthy foods, right? Even some of the healthy foods. And, you know, I don't have time to feel this bad. Your body is changing, but your life is not. And this is another thing that we've talked about. It's time to change things. Your body needs more support, but you are not giving that to it. And therefore, you will have the greater imbalances. Your body cannot come into better balance, therefore your symptoms. So when you bring your body back into better balance naturally, your symptoms decrease. If you don't, they won't. They make it worse, right? So here's some of the reasons. Stress, not enough micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, essential fatty acids, amino acids. Not enough time and rest and recovery, huge. Your body is different. It is different in this phase of life. There's nothing you can do. It is what it is. Let's just face the facts. Just like when you're pregnant and when you're going through adolescence, you are changing. Things are different. You need to treat your body different. You need to treat yourself different. That's just the way it is, right? Food, you get what you ask for. And this is it, right? Now we have so many highly processed foods, salad dressing, spice mixes, sauces, all that people are, and prepackaged foods that people are eating that have a lot of preservatives, colorings, natural flavorings, gums, wheat, soy, sugar, that all lead to fat gain, as well as their toxins. And like I spoke about in the last video, your body stores toxins in fat. The more toxins, the more these chemicals, the more these fake things that you take into your body and you can't get rid of, and your body can't break them down, can't metabolize them. So your body stores them in fat. That is the safest place for your body to keep these toxins. But over time, when you have so many toxins in your body, they start to leak out into your body bloodstream, and that causes huge amounts of inflammation within your body, illness, disease, other symptoms, headaches, food allergies, rashes, discolorations, digestive issues, big time, even autoimmune diseases, because when your gut is unhealthy, right? As we've aged, we've accumulated so much more stuff in our body, just like in our homes. If you don't move out of your home, you've accumulated a lot of stuff. We don't just leave our body. No one detoxifies. No one does fasts anymore. That's what those things were used for. We fast to let go of the junk. So therefore, you're never letting go of the junk, and your body's accumulating more junk, more toxins, more gunk. Therefore, it gets more sluggish. You get more tired. Your digestive system doesn't work as well. You can't digest food. Therefore, you're not assimilating the nutrients properly. You're not getting enough nutrients. Your glands are not being fed properly. Your organs are not being fed properly. Your skin begins to look so much old and ragged because our skin needs high alkaline, nutrient-dense foods, lots of minerals, right? Lots of water, good, clean water. How are you guys doing? Are there any questions so far? Is there anything that you want to ask me right now about certain foods, about anything you're dealing with? Okay, I'm going to go to my Facebook on my computer and check that out. It can seem like a lot of information, and make sure that you say hello. Make sure that you give me a like or a love if you're watching the video, and therefore Facebook will know you want to see my videos. So let's see if there's any questions on this. If you guys have questions, I'm going to go further, of course, and explain more. And I know this can kind of seem like, oh my God, what can we eat, right? Oh, what can we eat? Everything seems so bad, but really there's a lot you can eat. We've just gotten away from eating the foods that are really, really super healthy for us. I see 5 people on. I want to see 5 comments. Say hello. Give me an emoji. Give me a like or love. I want to know you're watching. Don't just sit there. You also have time. This is your time to get private coaching from me now. If you want your questions answered about what you eat, post now. This is your chance. I do have programs and I have one-on-one coaching, but you need help. Take this time right now to get some help from me personally, because I'm here to help you right now. Okay. Say, Diana, I don't know if this food, this is what I eat in the morning. Is this okay or is this bad? Let me know. Let's have some interaction, because you posting things really helps other people, right? Hi, Mary. So now from New Zealand, North Island or South Island? I've been to New Zealand. Beautiful place. Let me know where you're from. Okay, who else? Who else is here? So the effect of fake food, right? These are the toxins, the chemicals, the flavorings, and all of that crap that we, oh, North Island is beautiful, yeah. Both are. I live on Vancouver Island, and Vancouver Island is so much like the South Island of New Zealand. You'd come here, Mary, and you'd go, I think I'm at home. That's how close it is. It's so much the same. It's so much the same. Beautiful, but very much the same. That's what I realized anyways. North is gorgeous because you have like a lot better weather than we do here. All right, illness, obesity, disease, loss of independence because you're not well, right? Tired, exhausted. This is one of the biggest things, brain fog. Hyperactive kids. Oh, you're actually Canadian. Then you know what I'm talking about. Cool that you live there. That's so amazing. Apathetic, right? Lack of motivation. An apathetic just means you get to the point where you're crashed and you feel like, I don't care about anything in life now. Inability to focus, over emotional ups and downs, and addiction, food addiction. Food addiction is a big part of it. So nutrient dense foods, the foods I was talking about, the high alkaline foods, you can Google high alkaline foods so you can get I know what that's all about. But let's see what, oh, Ruth, hello. So nice to have you here, Ruth. Oh, have you been super consistent, Ruth, with eating super clean? And you might want to try water fasting. You might want to try juice fasting, things like that, really rebooting things. And also check your gut health, right? Work on gut health. Everybody needs to work on gut health. We won't release weight if our liver is sluggish and our gut health, our gut, like we don't have a healthy gut. That's a huge one. Make sure you got your probiotics, prebiotics. There's lots of good gut health protocols and stuff out there. Oh, God, look at this. Dr. Axe talks about them, but he's US. So I would go to really good health food stores, start researching that more, as well as doing maybe intermittent fasting or doing like a really, really good cleanse or fast to kind of move things through. And also it's really is about being super consistent, being clean, exercising in the right way, as well as eating in the right way. That's a big part. So nutrient dense foods are foods that feed and fuel your glands, your hormones, all your organs, all your body. They're anti-aging. They help rejuvenate your cells. They boost your immune system. They boost your energy, help your energy. They help your body to detoxify naturally. Okay. Protect against heart, because they boost your immune system. So of course, they're going to help with any type of illness and disease. They help your body fight off things, right? They help repair your cells. They help repair your body. They decrease inflammation, all of those things. So here is a nutrient dense line. This is from the book Eat to Live. If anybody wants a simple book, it's an older book. I wouldn't follow the recipes as much, but the book is really good, of just general, really good knowledge on foods. Eat to Live. Dark leafy green vegetables. And we're also talking, so what they don't have in here is right around here would be some super powders like spirulina, chlorella, moringa, wheatgrass powder. Very, very, very high nutrient dense, very high alkaline. Lemons are very high alkaline. Other green vegetables, right, are the next things that are. So if you want to know what to eat, you just got to eat way, 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 way more than more of these things. And then we're going into fruits, but you don't eat fruits on their own in this phase of life if you have belly fat, because what happens is the fruits are seen as basically like sugar in midlife, because your body metabolizes certain sort of carbohydrates differently. So if you're eating fruits on their own, blueberries are fine. Blueberries, blackberries, but things like peaches, grapes, bananas, apples, all those oranges on their own are seen more like a simple sugar. So even though here it shows, yes, they are healthy. These are healthy foods, but in midlife, they're foods that add to weight gain. Same with lentils, kidney beans, all of these. They add to weight gain. They are healthy, but you just don't want to eat huge amounts of them. Raw nuts and seeds, when you soak them, which is something that we can get into later, as in you soak them in purified water for like 6 hours or more, or so, rinse them, eat them like that. That's the healthiest way to eat them. But of course, I know you're like, well, that wouldn't taste that good. And I'm always talking about no roasted and not salted, because the roasted and salted uses bad salt and bad oils. They can go rancid fast, and they can cause big problems with your digestive system. Now, if somebody has bad digestive, do not have raw nuts and seeds. They're too hard on your body. Okay. So colorful starchy vegetables, also whole grains here. Oh, look at the spelling. Now, remember, I got this from a book. I don't necessarily agree. This isn't what you eat in this phase. I help you pick out the foods that cause the weight gain. Oats, brown rice, whole grain. I hate whole grain. Let's freaking get rid of that. I don't keep that in there. White potatoes. What are good are yams. So the orange not some in the US, you call them sweet potatoes, but they're orange, not white or yellow. The orange ones, those are the orangey ones. Those are good. They're called yams. Those are the good ones. In Canada, we call them yams. But you don't want to have, like, you can have some white potatoes and can have some regular white sweet potatoes, but no, they're very high in sugar. Your body sees them as like sugar. So they tend to go to fat instead of used as fuel, right? Fish. So I would put fish way above, right? The whole grains and white potatoes for myself for midlife. I would not do the fat-free dairy. Remember, this is from a book. Eggs are okay if they're organic or local free-range eggs. Wild meat, yes, absolutely. Then, I'm not one for dairy too much, causes inflammation and mucus forming in your body. And then refined oils are really bad, and sugar, right? Here are some of the foods, not all of them. Please don't tell. Someone said to me, you didn't include a certain food. And I said, I just have some foods on here. I don't have all of the foods for inflammation. These are also foods that boost your immune system and boost your energy. Okay. But there's many, 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 many more foods. It's just, here's a good idea. If you just want a snapshot, okay, just a snapshot of some things. Because some people say, well, what do I eat to decrease inflammation? It's more about what you don't eat and how you need to eat way more of the healthy foods. So you guys pretty much know what foods are healthy, right? So then in midlife, there's certain foods that are even healthy that still cause weight gain. So that's the trick. So when women say to me, oh my God, I'm eating so healthy, but I'm gaining this weight, and I'll be like, well, most likely you're eating foods that may be considered healthy, but in midlife, they cause weight gain, right? And so that's where the, why am I gaining weight? Why can't I get rid of it? Not eating enough of the healthy foods, right? I've tried water and juice fasting, but it's hard. It's not easy at all. It's really hard. It's really hard. Nothing's easy. You guys, we can't expect easy, right? It's just not easy. Good for you for doing intermittent fasting. No, it's not easy. You got to have the will to do it. You got to know why you're doing it. You got to be fully and completely committed to yourself and decide you're going to do it. Yeah. And then you take it each day. This is a good one. I took mine hour by hour. I was like, okay, today I'm going to do a water fast till noon. And then I was like, oh, I can go another hour. And then I went, oh, I can go another hour. I can go another hour. So I took it hour by hour, day by day, and deciding, right? And just saying, do I really, really need to eat right now? And you will feel terrible. The detox symptoms are terrible. I couldn't work when I was doing a major cleanse. I had to take the time off, like a couple of days, because it usually goes away after 3 days. But you don't feel good unless you're really sick, because if you're really sick, it can take a long time for the detoxing, but it's so worth it, right? So it's really, you get to decide. But here's the thing, Desiree, I don't know what you eat. So maybe there's something that you're eating that is a little off too, right? Or it could be exercise, that you need to bump things up with your exercise. You might be doing the wrong type of exercise for this phase of life, or not enough. So, it's kind of like the balance of I'm not eating quite right, and I'm not exercising quite right. And that'll keep you stuck. And then there's the stress. If you think I'm not really stressed, but your body itself inside is in this high stress state, then you won't lose the weight either. So it's a combination of changing kind of what you eat, decreasing your stress, and if you're not fully burnt out and exhausted, then exercise. But if a person's so tired and their adrenal glands are really burnt out and exhausted, and you feel like you just have no energy and you're like, oh my God, then you should not exercise in a crazy way. It's more like replenishing, feeling better, taking better care of yourself until you've, more supplements, more super powders, getting the nutrients to rebuild your body, plus the rest to heal and rebuild your body. And then you will begin to feel better. And then you can begin the right exercise. So that's a huge, you do 20 hours of intermittent fasting. That seems like a lot. That seems like a lot. Okay. Let me know, Desiree, do you do any type of exercise? What do you eat on a general day? Generally from first thing in the morning. You can post that in the comments if you want. Okay, and then I can take a look at that. I'm going to share my screen again. What can you do? We're going to talk more about things, but when you want to feed, like, so at this site, like I talked about, supplements and stuff and really feeding and fueling your body, the more nutrients. So there are supplement formulations out there for menopause, perimenopause, certain symptoms. They're at really good health food stores. You could, if you're in the US, you can go to the website hormonesbalance.com. Hormonesbalance.com. She is really good and she makes her own supplements. She deals with all hormone changes, so not just menopause. So her recipes are not to lose weight necessarily. So that's just what I want to tell you. But she does have her own really good supplement line. So if you're in Canada, you can go to a really good health food store. There are supplement lines for menopause, perimenopause, and you look at the symptoms you want to get rid of and you take those supplements. Okay. They take a while, but they're really good because they're just natural herbs, natural things like that for you. You can see a professional like a naturopath, Chinese doctor, herbalist, look into trying bioidentical hormones. Like I said, focus more on eating the right foods, get moving in a way that is right for you during this phase. And that's what I help women with too. Look at your schedule and decide to make time. Decide that it's like, this is what I'm going to do. It's my turn to really work on myself, right? You really are you are the author of your own health and disease. Note that for sure. Okay. So you are the one who's fully responsible. You don't need to diet per se. You need to look at what you've been eating and drinking starting from first thing in the morning. And it's like, am I nourishing my body or am I just eating filler, which would be like any type of gluten-free breads, pastas, anything like that, rice, potatoes, pastas, muffins, all those wraps. Tortilla wraps aren't bad. It's just what are you putting in them? I highly think, gluten is not a good thing for your body, even though you think, well, I do fine with it. If you are buying the conventional stuff from the grocery stores, there's so much stuff sprayed on our food now, put on our food, all of that type of stuff, that it really has wrecked the food. So unless you're making it yourself, right? But the flours are pretty highly processed. But there are some really good ones you can still get, but I, for a while, try staying away from stuff like that. In my programs, I have tons and tons of gluten-free recipes made with real products, made with things like buckwheat, a lot more made with buckwheat actually. And buckwheat is not wheat. It is not, it is all completely gluten-free. And I actually use the buckwheat grout. So I use things that are an almond flour, almond, ground almonds and stuff. So I use real whole foods, but I do have great gluten-free recipes that help hold you over and take the place, right? Yes, I eat once a day and my exercise is inconsistent. Yeah. Some days yoga, some days weight training. I am vegan. Good. I'm probably eating too much fruit and you're probably not eating enough nutrients. Desiree, that's probably very true, especially being vegan if you don't eat starchy carbs, or are you eating a lot of starch? Then that would be the problem right there. Being vegan in this midlife phase, I'm not vegan, is very hard. I eat eggs and fish. Yeah. Tofu, tempeh is good if you are post-menopause. But if you are in perimenopause where you still have your period, then you got to watch tofu and tempeh. You got to eat them very little. But being vegan is, you'd probably want to be more raw vegan. That's what I was, raw vegan. When I was vegan, I was a raw vegan. I used nuts and seeds and lots of vegetables, and I made different things with that. And I have those included in my recipes and in my programs. Good. Okay. Yes, I was like that, Desiree. Absolutely. In my programs, I used to be a raw food chef and do a lot of raw food stuff. And so I still have some of those recipes in my programs. and they're really, really good for people like you. Because that's what I had to be on. Yeah, I had to be on things like that because I myself too could not handle starchy carbs back then. I got acid reflux really bad and really bad digestive problems. So it is about healing the gut, and also about just kind of changing up what you eat. And the exercise, it depends, you know, it doesn't matter that you change it up a lot, but you might not be doing the right things for this phase of your life. So then it's kind of like wasting time, which I hate to say that because all exercise is good for your soul. It's good for your spirit. And this is what we're dealing with, right? There's so many diet plans. There's so many people that are telling you what to do, not this, yes, do that. And that's why it's confusing. I work with the individual. So every woman is different. So like Desiree is vegan, where I have some women that eat more meat. And so, but also some of their bodies are totally different, right? We got to realize that we're all so different. Yeah. And fruits are a big one. You may be okay with fruits. I was not, but also, do you have green smoothies? Because it's okay to blend certain fruits with a smoothie. And we're going to show you a smoothie recipe here soon that has a combination of proteins, fats, and things like that, that help to balance the sugar of the fruit, right? So when you work on the food and the movement, you have more energy, less cravings, your body naturally detoxify, you have fat loss, no more bloating and puffiness, you sleep better, less water retention, decrease inflammation, healthy immune system, less hot flashes, more youthful skin, clothes fit better and feel better, less anxiety, all of these things. So you don't need to know, what do I need to do to decrease inflammation? What do I need? When you're eating the right foods for you during this phase of life, you will get tons of benefits all at once, because you're working on balancing the body, mind, soul. So it affects everything. So this is what you all want to take notes on or really get it together about. The best way to start your day. Now, some people can't have lemon juice. Some people do apple cider vinegar. Now make sure you get the good apple cider vinegar with the mother, which are live enzymes. So you want to look for the mother in it. Bragg's, BRAGGS, is the good apple cider vinegar, good brand. But hot, warm lemon, here's the things that it helps with your skin. So just read these benefits. Right? Don't start with just coffee. Like you've just been dehydrated, right? You wake up and you're dehydrated because you haven't had anything to drink for hours. So you want to get that good water in first. A green or a berry smoothie. So if you deal with Chinese medicine, you may not agree with this, and that is fine. You got to do what's right for you. But I found working with hundreds and hundreds of women, boy, do they feel better after they're having 1 to 2 green smoothies a day, like huge differences. Because in this, you're going to find out what I put in my smoothies. And because we put high quality, alkaline, nutrient dense foods in the smoothie that do all the things for you, right? You're probably getting more nutrients in your one smoothie than most people get in a full day. When you feed your body the right things, your body's going to feel good, right? So some of the superfoods, you don't have to use these all. I'm just telling you what some superfoods are, right? Hemp seeds, fantastic. Don't cook them because you'll kill them. You want them raw on salads or on vegetables or in dips and stuff that we use sometimes. Chia seeds, you want to hydrate your chia. Chia should never be eaten dry. It'll absorb 12 times the amount of water. Chia seeds should always be hydrated with a liquid. Okay, always. They are high in protein. They are complete protein, both of these. High in essential fatty acids, both of these. And the good fats, omega-3s. They are high in fiber, both of these. They, chia seeds is good for calcium and other minerals also, great for antioxidants. Chia helps to increase your energy. It helps you balance your blood sugar levels. It also helps because it's high in fiber, same with hemp seeds, and it helps you sustain energy. throughout the day. Chia used to be a running food for the Mayans. It's thousands of years old. Buckwheat is another one. It's not wheat. It is gluten-free, and it is a seed. It is from the Swiss chard family. You can buy buckwheat groats. That's what I use. And I actually grind them into a flour to make things. I like to use things in their purest form. I don't like to, you can buy buckwheat flour, but then again, it has been processed, right? So I like to grind my own, which is really super easy. Sprouts and microgreens, some of the healthiest foods on the planet. The smallest amount of stuff packs huge amounts of nutrients. And quinoa is a complete protein. It is fantastic for you, lots of minerals, and it is something that is really safe to have in midlife, and you won't tend to gain weight from having quinoa. So quinoa is excellent to include. And then here are some super powders. A green powder blend would be a great one to include these green powders: spirulina, chlorella, wheatgrass, and maybe moringa. Those are all green powders, right? But you can look at barley grass. I mean, just don't buy a green powder blend that has like 20 ingredients, because you're not going to get enough of the good ingredients. I want you to look at your powder blends, your green powder blends. If they have tons of ingredients, what are the ingredients? Are they grapes, apple, pectin? You're going to see there might be a lot of sugars in there, a lot of fruits in there, a lot of berry powders in there, other things that are cheap ingredients that they add when what you really want are the really high quality things like spirulina, maybe chlorella, moringa, wheatgrass powder. There's barley grass powder, alfalfa, maybe things like that. You want the really, really good high mineral, high protein, high essential fatty acid powders. And they don't add a lot of these sometimes because they're expensive, more expensive, right? So you could buy spirulina on its own. Chlorella doesn't taste good, so I wouldn't start with that one. Moringa you can buy on its own. It's an excellent powder, great for balancing blood sugar level, really good for women in midlife. Baobab is a high vitamin C, same with camu camu. They both have calcium and vitamin C, so great. I add one or the other in my smoothies all the time, either camu camu or baobab. I've used baobab a lot because it is one of the best ones for women. I love that. Ashwagandha helps your body to handle stress. It's an adaptogen. Moringa, lots of health benefits to that. You can look it up. Maca is also an adaptogen, helps to better balance your hormones. Doesn't taste good though, so I would buy the capsules. So in my programs, you get all this information and you get to know what to do and what to have. And that's all of my programs. Or yeah, you can buy a one-on-one session with me right now for $111 only, which I highly encourage. And you get tons of information with all this stuff, and you get recipes catered to you and a plan of action for you specifically. Here's my green smoothie in the morning. I make my own green powders. This is what I have all the time in my smoothie. And chia gel, this is how to make chia gel right here. And in here, I don't know if I put chia gel. Yeah, 2 tablespoons of chia gel. I don't add all of this. This is just an example of how to make chia gel. So 2 green smoothies a day, you guys. Huge difference in your blood sugar levels and your cravings and how your skin looks and how you feel and your energy levels and sustained energy through the day. Amazing. Just by doing 2 green smoothies and your lemon water first thing in the morning. Done. Getting rid of gluten. No more sandwiches. Please, no more sandwiches. No more bagels. At least not now. Or every once in a while. Do that on a weekend. Read all labels. Think nutrients, not filler. Do they have vitamins? Do they have minerals? You know what healthy foods are. Eat when hungry, not when you're not hungry. Consume way more vegetables. Fruit only in the morning and usually with smoothies or combined with chia gel. Mix veggies with veggies. No meat and starches mixed together. That's bad food combining. Add leafy greens in your stir fries, add eggs. So it's just about mixing good foods together, right? Coconut oil, avocado oil are really good oils. Do not consume diet drinks or food or low calories snacks. They're horrible. They're only going to make you fatter. And I talked about that on Wednesday. So go back to the video on Wednesday. You'll have all the information about those low calorie snack things. If you eat yogurt, I can't because I cannot handle dairy. Make your own salad dressings. Salad dressings, sauces, packaged spice mixes, packaged sauces, all of that, you guys, read labels. All I can say to you is read every single label of everything and you will be surprised at how much junk is there. Remember, you ingest that stuff, it's staying in your body and it's going to turn to fat. That's a lot of reason why you guys can't lose fat either. Hey, Jen, so happy to have you here. Got your message. If you're mostly raw, but I do it. Yeah, it's hard to say. I'd love to see. You should be eating way more vegetables and greens if you are raw, Desiree. Tons and tons of vegetables and greens too, along with the raw seed pâtés. Yeah. Okay, I'm just looking at the Facebook, sorry. You guys, I forgot that I'm still on the share. Okay, so best diet for menopause, whatever's best for you. There is no best diet. I work with the individual, even in group programs, I help you. You don't need to count macros, you don't need to count calories, you don't need to weigh your food, you don't need to eat smaller portions. Some misconceptions: that you need a lot of protein, that fruit is a great snack, that keto is best for midlife, that a shake is a good breakfast. And I'm talking about the almond milk or whatever with the powders, and that's all they have in it. No. And I want you guys to read, if you're using any of those powder mixes from certain companies or whatever, read the ingredients. I don't care if it says natural flavor, natural sugar, natural color, guar gum, what is in it? The more junk is in it, it's not good for your body. You want pure stuff. I would stay away from whey protein powder too. It's very rare. It is good for women in midlife. It's not good for you in midlife. It does not tend to be good for the gut in midlife. Okay. I'm really not a fan of whey protein powder anyways, or soy isolate. You want to stay away from soy isolate. There's some good soy protein powders, but make sure it isn't soy isolate. Okay. I have some testimonials now. Jen, who's on the video, she's now lost 50 pounds. She worked with me for a while and over the whole time she's lost 50 pounds. Here's some other things, like this is Alice from one of my programs, 18.5, Kimberly, 7.5, Debbie just saying she's lost 28 pounds just from one of my little programs. Right? She wasn't changing. And then she started following the stuff that I told, and she's lost this. So it's really about being consistent and committing to yourself and deciding this is what you want to do. And getting help, because it's not like there isn't one thing that's going to work for everybody. So when you're in my programs, I can help you when you're in my programs, and we can adjust and we can try and we can do different things. Being outside and just trying to follow something, you don't know what you don't know. You don't know maybe what's not working for you. So having someone guide you is where you get the individualized attention, and you really get to tone in more of what's going to work for you. Right now, Carol and then her sister Sharon, which is they had big things with their health. Really, they're like going to the doctors and the doctor's saying, oh my God, you are doing so much better. Like whatever you're doing, keep doing it. So we work to better balance hormones, stop the middle-age spread, boost energy, and live with vibrant health. That is my whole thing. This is what I want for you guys, right? Learn what it takes to finally start to lose the stubborn fat, have more energy that lasts all day, stop the cravings and the bloating, the digestive distress, decrease anxiety, and feel less stressed. That is what I do in my programs, right? All this right here. There's always guidance, support, accountability, structure, focus, direction, and a plan. And that's when you get results. Because trying to do it on your own, let me tell you, it took me years. And I was very, very strict with myself. Right? And this is kind of basically it. Remember what I said. The foods that help to feed your glands that produce the hormones are the same foods that decrease inflammation, that help your body to naturally detoxify, that give you more energy. So it's not like you have to, oh my God, I got to remember. No, it's getting on the right track, the right foods for this phase of life, and all those things will come together for you. Right? Do you guys have any questions? I have just a little more to go. Ooh, we're almost done. 1 hour almost. Not that I have to end in 1 hour, but I'm here for you to answer questions and anything you want to add and say. And if you're watching the replay, please let me know you watched. And of course, put your questions, put your comments in the comments below. And remember, I have a one-on-one session special right now for $111. And I have a program coming up. It's called my Where to Start program. It's going to be 21 days. And I'm going to give it to the people who are interested for a really good price. And that is in a Facebook group. And you also get the information on a webpage. So you will always, always have it. And just some more. I'm back to the same size I was 8 years ago and feeling my best. There's so many women who have gotten, I don't often post, I was always good, my LDL and HDL levels, but upon my last physical, my entire cardiac panel was better than ever. And she's in her 60s, ladies. This is not hard. Let Diana guide you and make the commitment to great health. It's just talking about Kate, who's was with me for quite a long time. She lost over 30 pounds. So it's just women who have done my things and noticed, wow, what a big change, like health, right? Again, blood sugar down 20 points. And she's no longer pre-diabetic. And this is not the first person. I've had people have huge improvements on their thyroid panel, their insulin, all of those things. Okay. So this is truly about health. If it's important, you find a way. If it's not, you won't. You'll find an excuse. That's just what it is. It is your moments of decision that are shaped, your destiny are shaped. So those are my slides for today, ladies. That is my presentation. It was loaded. It was heavy. It might be a lot. You might say, you didn't tell me exactly what to eat, when, and how. No, this is not a, you must eat this at a certain time type of thing, because every woman is different. There are definitely some certain guidelines to follow when you're in this phase of life, but what works for one may not work for another. And that's why within my programs and my coaching, I'm there to help you on the journey while you're going through it. And then once you find what works for you and you learn to touch, it's like you learn to eat intuitively, you will then know, you will have such a good connection to your body, and it'll be like, oh my God, I know I never have to diet again. I never have to wonder. I never have to be confused or frustrated. I just don't. I know, right? Once you get really into that knowing, then you know. That's when it becomes easy. But it's also about shifting the mindset and being able to be fully committed to your health, your wellness, you, and know that what is a priority in your life, what should be the priority, your health and wellness, right? And sometimes that's not where we are when we first start. We're like, no, but I need to make money. I need my job. And so your job's a priority, but everything else kind of starts to fall behind. But we just got to, have the realization that if I lost my health, oh my God, that would change everything, right? So don't wait until something bad happens to your health, right? Don't wait. Start to take action. And don't wait and say, I'll work on my weight next month, or I can't start because in 2 weeks I have a holiday, or in 2 weeks I'm going to Mexico, or in 2 weeks I have a wedding. It doesn't matter. You're eating every day. You got to start eating healthy now. It's not about being perfect. It's not about being 100%. You can be 80-20, eat healthy, really good, healthy 80% of the time. You know how much 20% of the time is? That's a lot. You can eat some of those other foods. Yeah, it's just because you're never really consistent. You're going either into the binge or into the alt being trying to be perfect. Then you're beating yourself up. Then you're binging again. Then you're off your exercise. Then you're on your exercise. Then you're on some sort of diet. Then you're off it. Then you're trying this. Then you're trying that. Then you forget about your smoothies, and then you stop taking your supplements, right? That's why it's just that lack of little consistent actions. Okay. Are there any more questions or comments? Thank you for being here live. Thank you for being part of all of this. This has been amazing. You guys are amazing. Good exercise. I can't help with that over video. So if you weight, you must do strength training and weight training for sure. You can do body weight, but because you have to work on muscle mass, because you lose muscle so fast as you're aging, right? And your muscle helps your metabolism and you help burn fat. So you must also be building muscle. So there's things where you need to do, so everybody's different, Desiree, and it depends on where you are. So if you're in perimenopause, menopause, or postmenopause, as well as, are you tired and exhausted? Or are you feeling fantastic and energetic? If you're feeling fantastic and energetic, you can do like HIIT exercises, and like you want high intensity, then a little bit of low intensity, high intensity, low intensity, working with your body weight. But if you are tired, exhausted, fatigued, don't have enough time in the day, then you don't want to do that. Because that'll only exhaust you. That'll only, exercise is stress. So if someone's consistently really high stress in their life, the exercise is probably going to backfire and cause more belly fat. So you need to manage the stress in your life first and then get to that type of exercise. Absolutely. It's not just running on the treadmill, and it's not doing an hour walk or an hour jog. That's good for your heart health, but it's not good for your weight. It's not going to help your weight. Your weight's not going to come off with just cardio in midlife. And that's, I think, what most people, or doing crazy boot camps, because that stresses your body too much. So it's a fine balance between, you got to get your health, your stress reduction down. You got to be feeling really good, really energetic, really full of energy and really good. And then you can work on being more aggressive on your exercise, I guess you want to say it. And, really working on that core exercises and the weightlifting, or like using strength training, either body weight strength training, like lunges and squats, or using weights, right? Because that is how you actually shape your body. Your body won't tighten, tone, or shape without the use of strength training. I hope that helps. Okay, well, I'm going to sign off now. You guys have an absolutely wonderful evening or day wherever you are. Feel free to invite friends to this group and let them know about these trainings. If you want the replays, I am going to be posting them privately on YouTube. So I will have a sign up for that for people who want to have the 3 replays so that they can watch anytime, because they'll get lost in the Facebook and I'm taken down. Really hard to find after a while. So thank you for being here. Thank you for taking care of yourself. Reach out to me if you want one of the one-on-one sessions with me at this special price, $100 off. And my new Where to Start program, that is starting probably in about 3 to 4 weeks. Highly suggest you get into that. I can tell you right now, this is where to start. That's why I called it the Where to Start program. If you want more information right now, come into my inbox and I will message you with some information. And then I will have the page ready. Okay, so much love to you guys, and see you on Sunday. I hope you're here with me on Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific for stress. Okay, so much love. Bye-bye. Well, I got to go over here. I forgot to record. Oh, God damn it. Okay. Oh, well.